everybody, and welcome to our question and answer session.
Yes, this is part one. I'm not sure how many parts are going to be, but because we have been totally inundated with so many questions, a lot of you have been asking us loads of different questions, basically. We've had so many, so we've got loads to get through. We'll get through as many as we can on this part one of this question and answer video.
And there's going to be a lot of cuts, because a lot of the time we're just going to be like,
gosh, we answered that one.
Staring and thinking. Anyway, the first question is off Julian Batchelor. He says, once you circumnavigate, will you carry on for a second lap?
Ooh.
You can answer.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think what I desperately would like to do is sail around Britain again, because it's beautiful. Maybe do some of the European countries, and definitely do a lap of the Atlantic, because I for one and Adam for second, we both miss the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, Atlantic Ocean was beautiful.
Yeah.
There's so much to see there. Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for doing a second lap, even a second lap of the world, most definitely. Next question is from Richard. Hi, I hope you're both well. You always look like you get on. Have you had any brotherly ruckus, like any fights or anything like that? No, we don't have any physical fights or anything. We do argue. Everyone argues. We're brothers. We're siblings. We do argue. Siblings argue, yeah.
We nearly had a ruckus, haven't we? We've pushed each other and shoved each other.
Yeah, we have got to that stage. I mean, when we crossed the Pacific, it was such a long time, wasn't it, to be on a boat together.
No,
we getting on each other's nerves.
We didn't have a brotherly ruck then, though, did we?
No. We just got on each
This
other's
is
nerves.
before, years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Not since the 3 years since you've been going on the boat.
No. So we're up. Yeah, it's good.
Do you reckon? We haven't, do we? Jonathan Morgan says, since you've left Rudder's Boatyard and started your epic journey, what are the best improvements you've made to Atlas along the way? Is there anything you've changed or added to the boat you would have done differently with hindsight? What's the best improvements?
Best improvements since you left Rudder's Boatyard?
Since Rudder's Boatyard, well, I know what best improvements are before it, but after that.
Oh, I know.
What?
Since we left Rudder's Boatyard, we've had quite a few upgrades, but one of the best upgrades, I think, is getting rid of our lead acid batteries and upgrading to lithium batteries.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It made a massive difference.
A huge difference.
They're easier to charge up, they last longer, you can discharge them to 20% and then charge them all the way back up again. It's just total game changer. Game changer. And having one of the best improvements for me is a very simple thing, is having the percentage being displayed, how much percentage of battery power you got left, because with our lead acid we just look at the volts.
Yeah. I think with me, one thing is upgrading our anchor from this old CQR to a Rockner, 15 kilo Rockner. It's made just a huge 100% difference to the way we anchor and where we can anchor, and just having confidence in the boat to leave her on anchor. We must have anchored, I don't know how many times we've anchored now with the new anchor. Every time we put it in, it's set 100% of the time, first time, every time. Upgrade your anchor if you're not happy with it. It's just a game changer for me.
What about the new sails?
Yeah, we had a huge donation with the new sails.
New sails, yeah.
They've been a game changer to the way we sail as well, especially that fully battened mainsail. Oh, what a sail that is.
Much faster.
Insane, incredible.
Yeah.
There's loads there.
Yeah, and the solar panels.
The solar panels.
We went out for 2 hours, the batteries were at 60%, come back at 90.
Yeah. Power. Jamie Pearson says, now that you have Starlink and a whole host of technology, have you become lazy in passage planning? Do you still plot your position on charts, for example? The vastness of the Pacific Ocean, distances travelled. If you're off by a few degrees, you completely miss your destination. Tech versus traditional.
Yeah, and if the tech went down, would you know where you were?
Would you know where you are? Quite frankly, no.
Oh God, it's terrible. We're laughing. It's terrible.
Everything's electronic these days.
Yeah, we haven't become lazy in our passage planning, because he says, you haven't become lazy in our passage planning.
No, we haven't become lazy in passage planning. No. It's made us better at it, isn't it?
I think so, because
much better at what
we're able, with the Starlink, to get internet offshore. We're able to talk to our mum, which is the most important thing, and the second most important thing is to get weather, and this because we can get weather offshore, we can make our own decisions. When before, basically, the people who made the decisions when we were offshore were the people giving us the weather. They would say, do this, do that, do this, do that, and then we'd just sail to that. But this time we can actually plot the course and make our own decisions, and that just makes it so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So much better.
It's just much better. But regarding charts, we have got paper charts, but we can't have paper charts for every single ocean and every part of the world. Otherwise, the chart table would have to be this deep, full of charts. It's just impossible, really, to have on a boat. People rely a lot on electricity and electronic charts these days, and if something went down, we'd have a vague idea where we were when it went down and what compass direction to go in. But apart from that, how would you plot your resting position and stuff like that, like using a sextant and
waypoints, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult.
Andrew Soames says, when you come to Australia, do you intend to sail down to the Southern Ocean, or how far down the east coast did you have in mind? Maybe circumnavigation around Australia? That is a good question, because about a year ago we were seriously weighing up circumnavigating Australia. This was before we tried to circumnavigate New Zealand and realised how difficult it was, and sort of only got halfway around just the top island, and then we sort of thought we're not going to circumnavigate Australia because it's going to be the same sort of thing.
Too difficult. However,
yeah,
I would like to get quite far down. Maybe, if the weather permitting, not saying we are going to, but we could do the Sydney to Hobart.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to get quite far down, you know?
Recreate that race.
Yeah.
Just sail from Sydney to Hobart. It'd be quite so cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But we'll definitely be going down to Sydney because we want to go down to Bondi Beach.
Yeah, I want to do Bondi Beach. You see that on TV, didn't you? A lot and things like that. That'd be cool. Hey D Bourne says, what qualifications did you guys have sailing wise before you set off on your epic trip? Love seeing your videos.
Thank you.
0. We haven't got any paper qualifications. We've never done a sailing course in our lives. We've never done like a practical exam or a theory exam. Absolutely nothing. We've learned by doing. That's exactly what we've done.
Greg Reynolds says, have you had any scary moments? Any big seas, knockdowns, etc.?
Yeah, we've had a few scary moments.
We've had loads of scary moments, but no knockdowns. We haven't had any knockdowns. We haven't had any major wind. I know we had 40 knots. The most scariest moment for me and for my brother Adam was very early on their trips crossing the Bay of Biscay.
Yeah.
That was the most scariest because we didn't have weather.
Again, weather.
We didn't have weather. We had nobody to text us. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know how strong it was going to get, how long it was going to last, how wide it was, what it was. All we knew is the wind was blowing about 30 knots. About 30 knots it was.
Oh, it was at the time.
And we were close hauled. And we made a mistake. We stayed close hauled in 30 knots and we shouldn't have. We should have just run down with it. Yeah. But we were kind of new to open ocean sailing then.
Oh, you very new, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying. It was the worst 30 hours we had been on the boat. We thought the boat was going to break apart, the masts fall off. We could hear the standing rigging creaking. It was absolutely terrifying. When we got to France, we were just basically couldn't stop thinking about it for like a week. Off Spain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was,
no
scary.
weather, no communication whatsoever with land, absolutely nothing. Total noobs. And lots of mistakes were made. So David Witt says, can you envisage a time when you have families of your own or afloat or otherwise? Yeah, I mean, after all this is done, yeah, I'd like to.
Why not?
Yeah, I'd like to have a family. It'd be nice to have a wife and a couple of kids and a dog and a house and
a cat.
Luke's obsessed with cats. Yeah, I'd like to have that. Yes, yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Same with me. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah,
David just says, where do you store your life raft and your grab bag? Well, our life raft is in the life raft locker, which is in the back locker there, but it's never shown on camera because we never go in the locker because there's only our life raft in there. Yeah. The grab bag, we're guilty. We haven't got a grab bag.
No,
we should have one.
We should have a grab bag just in case things go wrong. It's really important. We really need to get around to doing that, but because we're sometimes so lazy about it, we just don't bother.
We've got we've got like if something happens, we know what we're doing. Chuck the life raft in, chuck a barrel of water, 25 litres, and take the Garmin SOS, press the SOS button and take it with us.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing, we?
Yeah. Maybe if we got time, jump in the fridge and grab the cheese.
Yeah.
Next question is from Ronald. He says, question for me, personally for me, Adam. My wife suffers from mild misophobia, or the sound sensitivity syndrome, making it impossible for her to sleep when there's too much noise around. Therefore, I'm constantly tweaking our boat to keep it as quiet as possible, which is of course hardly doable when the circumstances get worse. We get the impression that you are sensitive to environmental conditions too. Yes, I am. How do you manage to cope with the inconveniences of sailing the open ocean under sail with all the squeaks and creaks? It drives me nuts. Just on the passage recently. Oh god, the pan cupboard was doing my head in. The pans in there were just going tap, 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 tap. I can't sleep when that's doing it. I gotta get up. I got up 3 times to move stuff out of there. If it's not that, it's like the rubbish bag just swinging, making noise. Anything that makes a repetitive noise just drives me nuts, and I gotta shut it up before I can shut my brain off so I can sleep.
Yeah.
On passage, Luke, doesn't affect him at all. He doesn't hear nothing, do you?
Yeah, we are lucky with this boat. This boat is so sturdy. The wood doesn't squeak or creak at all.
Yeah. The
It's
floor
like
creaks now and
solid.
again when you
Yeah,
step on it,
well.
but nothing. It's just tapping noises. Yeah, they drive me mad, but once I got rid of them, then I'm okay. So the best thing is to do with your wife is just make sure everything's secured and take down solid.
Grayson, of all the places you've been and the people you've met, what is one interaction experience you'll never forget? Oh, we've been thinking for ages. It's a really difficult question because there's so many to choose from. But beating Clyde in Nova Scotia was pretty damn unique. It's a guy that met us. We were sailing and he pulled up in a speedboat, and then he met us in the harbour and he picked us up from the boat, and then he took us out for a tour around the place, and he lent us that car, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Clyde and Jacqueline from Pubnico.
Yeah, in New Zealand.
No, it wasn't New Zealand.
What's it called? Canada.
Nova Scotia.
Have I said it all wrong?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know
Yeah.
already, no. Yeah, they were just amazing people, and they gave me that gaff I use for getting the fish on board as well. And amazing people, just so friendly.
Richard Williams says, pleased to see you on the hook when going forward in the dark. Have either of you ever fallen overboard? Do you have life jackets if the worst happened to Atlas? How would you send a mayday? Thanks boys and safe sailing.
Never in our lives fallen overboard, and don't intend to. We have got life jackets. Guilty as charged. We don't wear them all the time. We only seem to wear them when it's really rough and at night.
Nice.
But always life jackets and harnessed on,
Harnesses.
especially if you go forward. If you fall over at night, you've had it. No, you're never going to find you again. If you're doing a day, one of us could possibly turn the boat round and get you.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. A mayday, yeah, you'd have to pick up the VHF and call on 16 mayday, 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 and hopefully someone will hear you. But if you're in mid-ocean, no one's going to hear you out there, like.
We got the Garmin though.
Yeah, you'd have to go
Or
on the
the Mayday.
Garmin and SOS button
Garmin
and
Mini.
contact authorities or local people around you. Yeah. Plonk61 says, what do you miss most about home in Wales, apart from your mum and family, of course? Oh, Wales, I miss the rain. I miss the rain, I miss the sheep and the grass.
The roads are nice.
The roads.
I miss cream crackers. Cheese on them.
Oh, yeah.
And Asda pizzas.
Asda pizzas.
Asda barbecue pizza.
Oh, delicious.
Think about that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I miss proper bacon. Can't get nothing like British bacon, can you? Motorbikes, I really miss my motorbike. I love motorcycles, and I do miss riding my motorbike on the road. But then again, in Wales it's always raining, so don't do that very often.
I'll do one more question for Plonk because he's put a number of questions here. What is your oldest edible provision you have on board, and where did you get them? It was from Asda in UK, and it's corned beef. Still got some.
Oh God, I thought you were going to say tea bags, like drinkable.
Oh yeah, we still got tea bags as well.
After tea bags, yeah. Nicole says, my husband Tim and I would love to know when you began sailing and who taught you how to sail. Also, how long did you take you to prepare before you embarked on your journey around the world? We always say we began sailing when we were kids. Dad was in Cardiff Yacht Club, had a boat, and we used to sail mirror dinghies, but we hardly ever touched them, didn't we? We done a little bit.
We've done about 2 weeks of mirror dinghy sailing.
And that was it. Mostly I was so young, I was just playing in the mud. In the bay when it was tidal. I didn't do much. I just remember it being really freezing cold, that water and brown.
Yeah, and we did go out sailing with our dad, but we didn't do much sailing. So really we learnt when I bought a Hurley 22 about 8 years ago, and then we learnt on that because we didn't have a clue, did we?
No, we just taught ourselves.
We just taught ourselves.
Did it.
You know, Lady run aground several times and got into trouble.
Tore the sails, not reefing properly and everything. But we just learned
got into trouble.
Doing, You know.
What's that?
How long did it take you to prepare before you embarked around the world? Oh, that's difficult. Prepare? I don't know, because we started off just to sail around the UK, didn't we? And we thought we'll put it on YouTube, and it sort of went from there. We slowly prepared over that, and then when we went, after we finished around Britain, we went to Rudder's Boatyard to prepare the boat. We were there about 6 weeks, so I guess about 6 weeks of preparation there to get the boat kind of ready, wasn't it?
We weren't preparing to go around the world. We were planning on doing Atlantic circuit and
across the
coming back.
Atlantic. So it's been
just
progressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been progressive all the time. We didn't actually prepare Atlas to sail around the world. So if you'd done it on the go, really.
If you were planning to do such a journey to sail around the world, that would take you a long time, wouldn't it, to sort everything out, prepare a boat. I don't know if I could do that. I could do it, but it'd be really, really hard.
Upgrade on the way, I think everybody does.
Yeah, slowly upgrade.
Brett Sibley says, I noticed how the spinnaker falls into the sea when it is being filled. Does it have to be soon be taken back out and dried off, or can it just be left that way? You can leave it that way, but it's not really advisable, so we take it out and dry it off.
Yeah. John Lawrence asks, I'd like to know who are the folks back home that make up your shore support team. In the past you've mentioned getting weather updates from home, but are there any others? So our shore support team primarily is our patrons. We got one guy, Dag Anderson, one of our patrons.
In Finland.
He's been with us for the past three years or so, 3.5 years, and we always relied on him to give us weather while we're offshore, things like that. And plus now we got Gail, one of our patrons, who is doing a lot of training at home. She got her own boat and she's doing training, doing a yacht masters and things like that. And she gives us all the weather. She uses what's that website? Passage Weather to give us all weather, things like that. So they're our support team.
Yeah, but we tend to do it ourselves now because we've got Starlink, but they're always there just in case.
Yes.
John Jeffrey said, something a little personal, so don't feel you need to respond, but I've noticed Lukas some scarring on his upper arm, left shoulder. Is this from a burn or scalding accident? Is there a story behind it?
Well, tell her then.
Yeah, the scarring on my my arm is self-harm scars. Never said that out loud before. Which I'm not really proud of, but I had really bad mental health problems, and that's what I done to my arm. So guess it was a coping mechanism, and yeah, that's it basically. Okay. Thanks for your question.
Andrew Parker asks, what sources of information do you use for passage planning and for learning about anchorages? Passage planning is always the go-to Navionics. We do all our passage planning through Navionics, Google Maps, it's fantastic. Windy.com. Those are the main
pilot charts.
Pilot charts are good, yeah. Learn about anchorages. If you go on to Navionics, you can zoom in on the areas you want to cruise, and you'll see a little anchor symbol. Yeah. You click on there, and it'll give you information about that particular anchorage. Or people leave points on the charts, little anchor symbols of their own. their experience of anchoring in certain areas. You click on there and you can read all about it.
Or the app No Foreign Land.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your question. I'm saying that every time. Hamish says, on long passages, when you sail throughout the night, how long is one on watch while the other sleeps? Like, is there a regular plan that works of, say, 4 hours on, 4 hours off? We do 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
Yeah.
And
unconventional.
Yeah, and we sleep in the day as well.
Yeah.
We both take in turns to sleep in the day, so we get a little bit of sleep here and there. It works. We've done it across the Pacific and it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we tried 4 on 4 off, but it's a lonely old night. It's a long time to be up in the middle of the night, 4 hours. I can't be bothered doing that. It's too long.
It's lovely to, even if you do 3 hours, it's lovely to sleep 3 hours, but to be on watch for 3 hours, we just find it too long.
Yeah,
we
it's
find
too long for us.
2 hours is okay.
Yeah, does me. Sarah Morgan says, do you miss female company? Yes, we do. I've had a couple of long-term relationships back in the UK, and I'd lie to say I don't miss female interactions and being female company and having a partner. Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah.
Not to say we don't get any here or
along the way
places we visit, but we're not going to put them on camera.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not going to do that.
Start filming what else we do out of YouTube land. But long-term relationships, yeah, I do miss that, but yeah.
Joe Watkins said, where has been your favourite cruising ground? Such a difficult
That's the main question that everybody asks, isn't it?
Yeah,
When they meet
it's
you.
so difficult. There's been some really big highlights, I think. The Caribbean, amazing. British Virgin Islands, amazing. America, amazing. Canada was good. Bahamas, amazing.
French Polynesia,
amazing.
I can't pick, Luke.
There's so many.
Bahamas were just incredible, swimming with the
Yeah.
pigs and things, and the caves and the grottos. But then French Polynesia had its own twerks and mountains and just beautiful places. The whole Caribbean was beautiful. So, yeah, it's
The
a mixture,
Atlantic.
really.
Miss the Atlantic.
The Atlantic's just beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Cheryl Lord asks, how often do you speak to your family, especially your mum? Every day.
Every day. We send a
7 times a day.
voice messages every day, photographs, videos every day, and then every couple of weeks we do a video chat on WhatsApp.
Yeah. All the time.
All the time. Erica Ray says, do you wear sunscreen on a daily basis? Fair question for you fair lads. I don't wear sunscreen. I don't feel like I need it, but I have since I started wearing my hat, and I wear my hat everywhere and glasses.
Yeah. I wear sunscreen.
You though, didn't you?
On my nose. My nose tends to burn here, in here, and because I suffer with a lot of eczema in the UK and use a lot of steroid creams on my face, my skin's very, very thin here, and it burns very easily, gets sore. So yes, I use sunscreen on my face and I wear a hat all the time. John Carr, top fan, says, how many tea bags do you have left? Fair winds, boys. Lots of tea bags. How many do you reckon we got left? How many did
Well,
we
we had
take?
2,000. I think we must have about 500 left.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's loads in there. There's 4 bags, packets everywhere.
Yeah, you tend to reuse them 2 or 3 times, don't you? A tea bag?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you like it like dishwater. Well, that's the end of part 1.
Yeah, because the battery ran out on the camera and overheated.
It got too hot, doesn't it? I think it's been about 20-25 minutes already. We've only just scratched the surface of the questions.
Yeah, I know.
So many.
So, join us next time for part 2,
Yep.
if people want that. So, thank you.
Yeah, for the next Q&A, part 2, coming in very soon.
Bye, everybody.
See you.
See ya.
Richard Williams says, pleased to see you hook on. Oh, pleased to see you when Richard Williams. So.
Could have an outtake for the
Yeah, quiet. Damn it. Ready?
Yeah. Thanks for your question. I'm saying that every time.